Hello all, and welcome to the final part of this series. And right now, our code works just fine. But the thing is, the handler is listening to all types of file types. Meaning, if I create a file called ff, it picks it. And that is okay for the most part, but most users want to have flexibility over the kinds of file types, that they will be able to process. And as such, I thought it would be cool to add pattern matching to the whole mix. And the best way I thought we could do this was just to kill everything here for now, was to just quickly implement that. So watchdog event handlers there's an optional parameter you can pass to them called patterns, which takes patterns like this. It's a list of patterns. You can say star.pdf star.jpg. So you basically give it a list of patterns and you'll be able to recognize and listen only to events of such file types being created. So we're just going to implement that really quickly. And I thought it would be easier to do that in the run method so that the user can just pass the patterns as a parameter. So I'm just going to have a click option here, and it will be pattern, and the defaults would be star to mean everything if you don't provide a pattern, and the help would be, we'll make it raw, would be file types to watch for. File types to watch, you can say e.g. let me just put star.pdf, star.jpg, or star for everything. And meaning this method will take another parameter called patterns, and here we can just say patterns is equal to, we just create a list of patterns and format it, will be pattern for patterns, okay, pattern dot strip, and I'll show you why. Pattern dot strip to strip out white spaces around for patterns, for pattern dot split for pattern in patterns dot split, comma, and we can just pass the pattern here. So we are giving the file watcher an optional, another parameter called patterns. So we need to include it inside the watcher here in the init method. So the next parameter it will take is the patterns, and pass by patterns here too into the handler. We already made the handler to have support for this. Patterns equal to patterns. And the reason why the file handler can recognize these patterns even when we didn't go into the file handler to specifically add it, is the way we instantiated the parent class of this file handler, like when we did here. So this line here is the reason why, because we already gave it all the parameters, including optional parameters that the file handler needs to call its parent class, which is the pattern matching handler. And so just just saying patterns equals to pattern here in this file handler instance just passes the patterns down to the pattern handler, which then passes it up to the pattern matching event handler of Watchdog. And if everything is okay here, we should be able to run the code and see that pattern matching is already part of the whole thing. Just to check. So here, I'm sure you guys understand why I had to clean up the code like this. Like I said, the idea was to make sure that regardless of how users gave this comma separated list of patterns, we should be able to clean it up and have a list of something like this without spaces besides or without spaces in front or behind any of the patterns that the user put, such that we have a list like this. We don't want a case where, say, a user will put something like this, let's say txt. If we have this, there's this, because of this space here, the pattern would not be able to work very well. The pattern matching wouldn't recognize that there is a space star.txt and such. I had to clean it up by doing this quick cleanup so that we only have a list that looks like this. So if everything is okay, we should be able to run our code and test if pattern matching is part of our mix. I'm just going to save everything and quit here. I'm going to start the application and provide now the patterns that we want to watch for. In this case, I'm going to give JPG and PDF files. Those are the files we'll be watching for. I'll start the application here. I'll start the workers again. I'll just start 2 workers. And if all works very well, the ff.ff file that we created before shouldn't work anymore. And so if I do this, you see nothing happens. It doesn't pick it because we are not watching for such file types. But if I create like say 1.pdf, it should be able to pick it. You see, it does pick it. If I create something else, if I create say touch 2.jpg, it picks it. If I create anything else, let me see 3.txt, it shouldn't, and it doesn't. So everything works very well, and I'm glad we came to the end of the whole series. I'll be making other series about different things, open source contributions, other of my fun projects that I wanted you guys to see, my whole process and everything. I'll be doing all of that in upcoming video series. So I hope to see you in other series about other stuff. Have a great day. And if you like my video, please support, subscribe, and like. Good day. Bye.